Hello, friends. I am so happy that you're joining me for Crosswalk today. So, we are going to read again from Growing in God's Love Story Bible. It's my favorite. If you don't have a copy and want to explore this story Bible more, let me know, and I would love to place a big order and maybe do a special doorstep drop for you in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so let's get started with our story. The Good Shepherd. I'm short. I'm a good soccer player. I like music. People learn about us by the things we say. Everyone seemed to know Jesus' name, but he also wanted them to know more than that. Jesus wanted people he met to know something about him. So he used things he saw around him to describe himself. This is the first of 4 stories. In this one, he told people he was a good shepherd. Jesus knew many shepherds. They were all over the hillsides. Shepherds made their living by caring for their sheep. They guided their flocks to water and to grass and to safe places for the night. Jesus spent time with them and saw how they cared about their sheep. People knew about good shepherds and how they cared for their sheep, so Jesus talked about himself as a good shepherd. I am the good shepherd. I care deeply for all the sheep in my flock. I know what they need to be healthy and happy. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. In the same way, God knows the shepherd, and I know God. I have other sheep who do not belong to this flock. I care for them and give them what they need too. I call to them, and they listen to my voice. One day, there will only be one flock with one good shepherd. Jesus also warned the listeners about bad shepherds. Beware of those who will pretend to be the good shepherd. They will do some of the things that I do. However, they do only what helps them, not what helps the sheep. They do not own the sheep. When they see a wolf, they run away to save themselves. Then the wolf will steal the weak sheep, and the flock will not be whole. The bad shepherd pretends to care about the sheep. Follow me, listen to my voice, and I will care for you. Have you ever thought about Jesus as a shepherd? In the church broadcast on Sunday, we heard about Jesus being the gate and the shepherd. That's really interesting. How does it feel to know that Jesus is your shepherd and your guide, letting you in and out of that beautiful green pasture that keeps you safe? What things or people can distract you or pull you away from following Jesus? That's kind of a hard question. It's a really personal question. Good one to talk about together with the people in your house. How do you feel about Jesus guiding your life? How can you respond? Ooh, that's another good one. Both in the church broadcast and in our story today, we heard about the sheep listening to Jesus' voice. And so I have 2 games for you to play this week. The first one is follow the leader. You know how to play that one, right? One person's the leader and chooses an action to do. So maybe everyone marches around the front yard, or everyone hops like a bunny, or whatever the leader does, everyone else has to copy. And you take turns being the leader. That's pretty fun. Or the other game I thought of was Simon Says, but you could say Jesus says, right? So Jesus says, put your hands on your head. Jesus says, give yourself a hug. Jesus says, stick out your tongue. Jump up and down. Jesus didn't say, right? And so then you can take turns being Jesus and listening to each other and make it a silly, silly game together. You could also play follow the leader if you live close to a park or some nature trails, and you could take a physically distanced walk, letting each person choose a different path to take and see where you end up, see what discoveries you can make. Or maybe if you're older, you can make a maze And then you can put on a blindfold and just listen to somebody else's directions on how to get through the maze. That is a tough game, but I think you could do it. Also, if you have a kid's Bible at home, maybe it's the same one I have, maybe it's a different one, but gather up your sheep. These are mine from our nativity set. So maybe you dig out your nativity set. Maybe you have some other sheep. Maybe you have some stuffed animals or some other animal toys, dinosaurs or cows or pigs or whatever, right? Pretend that they're sheep. And then I have a shepherd here. This guy's from my nativity set too, but maybe you have a farmer or a Barbie doll or an action figure, a superhero, right? To be your shepherd and act out this story. Act out the story of Jesus, the Good Shepherd. Make up your own story about how Jesus is as the shepherd, right? Or maybe there's in a grown-up Bible, the grown-up could read you Psalm 23, and you could act that out with your sheep and your shepherd. Pretty cool. And stuffed animals or whatever you have, right? All good ways to think about and learn about this story. Or maybe you could build this out of Legos. What would that look like to make a sheep pen and a gate out of Legos? That would help you remember Jesus as the Good Shepherd. I don't know. If you do act out the story with your toys, maybe you want to make a video. If you do, send it to me. I would love to see it. If you make a Lego creation, I would love to see that too. So send me a picture. I miss you all so, so much. And I'm so glad that you tune into these Crosswalk sessions. I'll keep doing these until June, so through the month of May, and then we'll take a break for the summertime. I miss you all very much, and I pray that God's peace goes with you in the week ahead. Bye-bye.